Couldn't be more deserving. You got me cloud surfing, cloud surfing, cloud surfing. You got me.
Well, welcome.
Hey, y'all.
Back to LoveHers Podcast. LoveHers 808. We are back with another episode. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are updating, editing, and making some changes. So, boom.
Yeah, exciting. You're doing a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Too, by the way. Yeah.
Chipping away at it. My name is Ms. M to the Z to the Z. And this is the beautiful
Lourdine Jean-Francois.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Thanks for the introduction.
And this is LoveHers 808 Podcast. It's how we love. So what are we talking about today?
The couples that raise together stay together.
Oh.
What that mean?
The couples
That
raise together
stay together.
stay together.
Sound like the title of a Tyler Perry movie.
Not the Tyler Perry. Hello.
Yes, the couples that raise together stay together.
So what is that? What do
is
you
that?
mean raise together?
Well, I mean, it has so many meanings. So many meanings. I think, how did we come up with this topic? What were we talking about?
Probably going over our own routine because
Yeah.
we recently updated.
Yeah.
So basically when we raise together, we are talking about morning daily routines, rituals, aka. And so we recently updated our morning ritual.
Yes. Thanks to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to the book.
Well, yes, but thanks to you for finding the book and then telling me about the book and then me reading the book and now us, you know what I'm saying?
Good job. Yeah, so we recently finished reading the 5 a.m. Club. And man, I was completely floored. Like, that book is amazing. Amazing. So if you haven't read it, it's available on Audible as well if you prefer to listen to it.
And on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube for free.
For free.
Indeed, yeah. Wish we knew that before we purchased it, but still, no, they need the credit. So I support. But it is available on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing read, and definitely life changing, mind altering, and I don't want to spoil the book. It's also a great listen. Because you know how some books you listen to and it's kind of boring. Yeah. But I like this book because I felt like the
storytelling format.
Yeah, the storytelling format was pretty awesome. And yeah, it's like I put it up there with one of my another fave classic of mine, The Alchemist. Like, now y'all know The Alchemist is like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I put the 5 a.m. Club right on up there because I love the lesson that's intertwined.
Yeah.
And that it's like a story.
Yeah.
So there's like a plot and all of that. And then there's a love story mixed in there.
Yeah.
So, oh man, LoveHers.
Right?
Like, if there's a love story in there, man.
That's it. You're on it. Yeah. So cute. I realized the other day too that the two main characters, one was the entrepreneur, the other was the artist. And I was like, whoa. I mean, we're both entrepreneurs,
right?
But like, you're also an artist. I thought that was pretty.
That's pretty cool, right?
Did you notice that?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Of course you did.
I did. But anyway, so we started adding. It's the book is a great advocate for a very specific morning routine, which requires you to wake up
at
5 a.m. Right? And so yeah. that is, you know, and then there, I don't want to spoil it, so I want you to read it, but there is a formula of what you would do. Mm-hmm. And you can tell, you can do that.
Yeah, well, it's the 20-20-20 formula.
Right. And then don't tell them no more.
Okay, so I won't tell you what the 20-20-20
right.
is. But yes, there's a pretty straightforward formula that basically can revolutionize your entire life when you do this this formula consistently. When you make it a habit.
When you make it a habit.
Yeah. So the book talks about just all the juicy benefits of getting up at 5 a.m. Like before even getting on your phone, and really just having that time to invest in your personal growth, spiritual growth. Yeah. You know,
all the sets.
All the sets, right?
Heart set, mindset, soul set. And what was the
skill set? No.
Heart set, mindset,
soul set.
Health set. Yeah.
It's
pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
Pretty dope read. So, yeah, I got totally excited about the book. Told baby, she got excited about the book. She started listening.
Yeah, because I saw how excited you were, and I also witnessed just like how you changed, even in just, you know, a couple of days. It seemed like of consuming, you know, the material. You seemed so much more energized, and ambitious. You're always ambitious, but just had so much energy.
Yeah,
you know,
it definitely gave me a charge.
Yeah, it seemed like you were really in a great place. So you did some good advertising for the book, you know.
So hashtag, if you've already read it, hashtag 5 a.m. Club, man, for real. And so we started incorporating that. I guess editing.
Yeah.
Our already morning routine that we do.
Yeah.
So then we upgraded it.
We did.
Right.
We leveled up.
Right.
Leveled up.
So we were pretty much, we were already part of our morning routine from before the upgrade. We were already meditating.
Yeah.
We meditate together in the meditation room, right? Which consists sometimes, well, always of a straight meditation, either listening to tones,
right,
or a guided meditation.
Yeah.
You know, we burn our incense, light the sage, you know, clear the space,
Santo,
right? Set the tone. We pray. Sometimes we chant. We usually do like a little tarot reading for ourselves.
We do.
You know.
I love pulling cards for her.
Sometimes baby pulls a card for me. And then we have that time together. And then
we do our affirmations too.
Oh yes, we do affirmations. We
journal. We do our gratitude
journaling,
right? Or free journaling or what have you.
Yes, gratitude in the morning, and we're trying to now incorporate right before bed, doing some type of, you know, gratitude ritual, where, you know, we'll ask each other, you know, what are you thankful for today, you know, and it's kind of good to do that right before bed, because then it's in your subconscious while you sleep. And if you know about the subconscious, like, we're pretty much all ruled by our subconscious, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the magic happens. So
and gratitude just is so powerful.
It is.
It instantly raises your vibration.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's a pretty big boost that
you
get when you express gratitude. And so the spiritual benefits, but also even the physical benefits. Research has shown that when people express more gratitude, they tend to be healthier overall, in terms of blood pressure and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So it's pretty powerful.
Pretty powerful. Yeah. And it brings you to the present, refocuses you, puts you in alignment, makes you more aware of all the great things that are happening.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you can, so you can focus on that.
Yeah.
And which will make you more present.
Right.
And that way, it automatically raises your vibration so that you can attract something of similar vibration.
Yeah.
Because if you're always, and it's so easy to do here in the US. It's so easy to be stressed out or worried about the future or the past, reminiscing on the past. And so when you express gratitude for what's currently happening, it brings you to the present.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're constantly worrying or full of anxiety, it naturally lowers your vibration. So then you attract similar vibration situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it also helps to, get us more familiar with having a positive perspective.
Yes.
So addressing the brain's negativity bias and just really conditioning ourselves to be more intentional about focusing on what's good, identifying the silver lining, those kinds of things, which really is helpful because, like Baby was saying, we tend to be negatively focused because of, number of things, but the brain negativity bias being the number one thing.
The way our brains is currently set up as humans.
Right. We're evolving, though. We're evolving, right? And gratitude is one of those tools, that helps us do just that.
Yeah. So that's part of our morning ritual. We also usually try to work out together.
We do.
What else do we do? Like that's more consistent.
Well, yeah, definitely working out together. We also, sometimes we go to the park. It's part of our routine as well. So spend some time in nature.
Definitely.
We walk the dogs sometimes to let them out.
Yeah.
It's all part of the morning routine.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent. Something we do that I don't even think we really intended to include in our morning routine, but we talk about like what we have going on for the day. Do you realize that we do that?
Yeah, we do. We do. Yeah.
Right, which I think is a pretty cool check-in.
Yeah.
You ask me when's my first client, what's my day, what does my day look like?
Yeah. That is true. Cool. That is true. And so since we read the book and decided to upgrade, so now we kind of just moved those things to 5 a.m. Right? So it it's not easy. we're still in the installation phase of getting in, because what did they say? It takes roughly what to form the habit? Well, in the book it talks about 60 days.
Yeah, was it 60 or 66?
Oh yeah, 66
days.
Right. So they use the math formula of 66 days to install this habit.
Yeah.
And so we're working on that.
Yeah. So the first stage being, was it destruction, I think?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically what it says. You're destructing those old patterns, basically. And then installation is the second phase. And then integration? Integration is the third phase. And that's when it starts to become more automatic.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that whole destruction phase, man, because many a days that alarm go off and you be like, what?
Right. Exactly.
What? Harper, who is this woman? The alarm is the woman. And you will naturally, your brain.
Yeah, 5 seconds is all it takes.
Right?
Yeah.
Your brain will naturally try to talk you out of it. You know what I mean? Can you break down that 5 second?
Yeah. So, I love, this comes from Mel Robbins' book, of the 5 second rule. And basically, she found that literally all it takes is 5 seconds for our brains to try to talk us out of the things that we want and need to do. And so as soon as we hesitate, the brain it's like a reason giving machine. So it picks up on your hesitation and it's like, what's wrong here? Right. And it gives you all the reasons to not move forward. And that looks like, I can do this tomorrow. Or let me just hit the snooze for a couple of more minutes, those kinds of things. Right. And
like,
so
you don't need to get out right now.
You don't know.
Oh, you're sleepy.
Exactly. You're tired.
You've had a hard day.
Yep. And you have a long day ahead of you. Just get some more rest, right? It's those kinds of things that the mind tells us. And so when you use the 5 second rule, when you do that countdown from 5 to 1, you're basically kind of short circuiting what the mind would normally do. So it's like you're it's the prefrontal cortex, not to get into like the technicalities of it or what have you, but basically it's a jump start technique, right? So you don't give the mind the 5 seconds, to start trying to talk you out of what it is that you need to do. So you want to count down from 5 to 1 and kind of just lift off, just like aircrafts lift off, And the interesting thing about like habits, the most amount of energy you use when you're trying to do something is when you're starting it. It's activation energy. So once you get started, you're 80% likely to complete the task, right? You just have to get started. So the activation, that getting started is like the hardest part.
That's the hardest part.
It's like, airplanes, usually they use the most amount of energy when they're lifting off, right? Yeah. So once they're in the air, they're kind of coasting at that point. But that takeoff is where most of the energy is used.
And the resistance.
And the resistance.
Right?
And the resistance, indeed.
Boy, because I tell you.
But you're doing a good job, though.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
You have too.
Thank you.
Indeed.
It helps to have support,
Definitely. Right? Definitely.
For sure.
And that's why we wanted to bring that for LoveHers today. Because when you have, as a couple, right? So the couple that raises together stays together. You know what I mean? When you have that ritual, that morning ritual, because the more like that time of the day. See, there's a whole bunch of science and physics behind it, quantum physics behind it, and I'm not going to get into all of that because I want you to read the book, and they break it down very well in the book of all the things that it does to the brain and the body chemistry and the dopamine and the serotonin,
cortisol,
adrenaline,
human growth hormone, all of that.
Right, reducing fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. It's really good. And so when you're doing that together as a couple, like it could only be of the greatest benefit. You know what I mean? Because you're both on the same page. You're both elevating and raising your vibration together. Yeah. Henceforth, raises together. You know what I mean? And you're
double entendre there.
Yeah. Double entendre. So sapio. And so, so forming that ritual together, you know what I mean, is a bonding experience. It's a spiritual union. It's a yoking.
It is.
You know what I mean? And it just strengthens the bond. And when you're both, especially, so I've said this previously, but especially when we already know that scientifically, when you double the frequency, or let's say, so we have two women, right? One woman already has an amazing amount of high frequency.
Powerful.
Right? One aware, awakened, right? Woman has an even higher vibration frequency. You know what I'm saying? Women naturally have a high frequency because they are the ones that bring in the souls. You know what I'm saying? We've been given that task, that creation, that magic of actually bringing in the souls. You know what I'm saying? Talking about birth here. Come on. So you have to have a higher vibration as a woman because you're the temple that's housing souls. Exactly. And then you're birthing them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this planet that's walking around has a belly button.
Everybody.
And an umbilical cord that connects to who? Your mama, right? So whether she's aware, conscious, or not, she has a magical frequency. She already has a high vibration just by being a woman, right? So now, increasing the awareness of women, the consciousness of women, your vibration is even higher. Now, you take an aware, conscious woman, right? And pair her with another aware, conscious woman. Do you know the frequency that's vibrating? The light that's shining? And then y'all do ritualistic work together. And when I'm saying ritualistic, I know some people might think something negative because we hear it a lot of times in a negative tone, right? But I just mean the ritual, the daily or consistent routine. Yeah. Right?
Because you're building energy when you do that. You're
Exactly.
building the momentum.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, as a culture, we all have our own rituals. In religions, we have our own rituals. As an American culture, we have our own rituals. We just had a ritual this weekend, Juneteenth. And
Father's
you know what I'm saying?
Day.
And Father's Day, right? So, ideally, this is what I'm speaking about. You pair two women, aware, conscious, and with a similar goal, right?
Yes.
On a similar path.
Mastermind.
Right? Because we have the, what are the three, was it 3 C's?
Connection, chemistry, and compatibility.
Right. Right. So we've talked about this, but those are kind of like the 3 C's and the keys to an everlasting relationship. And so when you form rituals together and you make it a habit, that just, you know, just imagine if your eyes could see the energy in the room, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, and we're both pretty empathic, so we feel the energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you power that together, that's like, that's a lighthouse, you know what I mean?
It is.
And so when couples can do that, or anything similar, you know what I'm saying, in a ritual, in a ritualistic routine type of way, and have that connection, it can only strengthen your bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes you more powerful.
And more powerful.
Powerful couple.
Yeah. And you're like fortifying your relationship, you know what I mean? Because just, you know, we all have our own spirit guides and angels and etc. And so don't forget that they are also with you doing that work. So, you know, you put that work in. You got my angels, my spirit guides. You got your angels, your spirit guides. We all in that room.
Just rooting for
you know what I mean? Like doing that work.
Yeah.
That what we call it? Holy work.
work.
That's
Holy
the holy
work.
work. You know what I mean?
Holy work. Yeah.
And so, man, it it's a great thing to do together and to grow together. Another way to grow together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And what you also, tap into is that whole like the mastermind principle, right?
Yes.
Right.
Want to break that down?
Yeah. I mean, it's this whole idea of just when like-minded individuals get together with a shared goal, shared purpose, the supernatural forces, right? The co-creative components, right? They back whatever it is that we are intending to bring into form. Woo! Mastermind.
That's magic.
That is magic. It's magical.
And it's alchemy.
Yeah. And so when two couples come together with the same intentions, that being just being our best selves, becoming the greater versions of ourselves. Like when that's the goal and we're working at that goal together, it has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's no reason why it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
set your super powerful. So I would think that would be a life hack, biohack.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Energy hack.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that is yes. These are hacks and tips for couples to consider, to try. Yeah. You don't have to start at the 5 a.m. If you're not already doing any type of ritual together. You might just want to start small.
Yeah.
Do little things. So this would just be a morning ritual, and like, some couples, and we do as well, like we'll have a ritual of like a date night. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty common. You know what I mean? And so this is just, another aspect of it, bringing some spirituality into it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And cultivating too, like the shared goals, because one of the most important things about when it comes to having a healthy relationship is having similar values, right? Values that are in alignment. And so what our dedication to this morning routine is also about, it's about us doing things together, but it's also about us both prioritizing our spiritual growth and development.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when that is a shared goal, again, there's so much benefit to that, so much benefit that has for a relationship, when spirituality and growing spiritually is a shared common goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it just strengthens the bond.
It does.
And fortifies the union.
Yeah.
Right.
And it helps you better also like consider the bigger picture, because it's like when you're in a relationship, any relationship, romantic relationship, that's what we're talking about here, but consider it, the things that we do together, like we're making deposits into a bank, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. We're making deposits into a bank. And so the more we deposit into that bank, right, if there happens to have to be a withdrawal, we have a disagreement or a conflict or something like that, right?
That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah, we can withdraw from that bank without completely depleting it and putting it in the red, right?
True.
Right.
Oh, look at you there. I like what you did there. And that goes into what we talked about before with the what we called it, karmic credit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically along the same lines, right? So here we're investing into this bank, which is really our relationship, right? Together. And so that when things do come up, when withdrawals have to be made, there's so much in there, right? That it doesn't have to cause a lot of damage. She's smart, guys. We don't have to deplete the bank, right? Just because, just because normal things come up in a relationship.
Yeah. Contrast,
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's a good one there.
It's an investment. Investments compound. Come on,
compound interest.
You know what I'm saying?
We trying to get that compound interest, sure. You feel me? Well, yes. And we also want to reiterate to please text, right? So if you're interested in, let's say you can text LOVE, LOVE, if you're interested in coming on the show as a couple and being interviewed, right? And or if you are single and interested, in being and receiving and giving love, text LOVE to 410-645-0777. 410-645-0777. If you're interested in any of our events that we may be having coming up, you can text event to 410-645-0777. And if you're interested in learning more about joining the In Her Wealth circle, which is basically, women coming together with the generational wealth mindset, looking to build and grow and expand.
Yeah, get this bag.
Our empires. Get this bag, baby. Just get to the bag. Get to the bag. Text wealth to 410-645-0777. And also, as far as events go, Baltimore Pride is coming up, right? This weekend. And my band, Eat the Cake Band, will be performing live June 26th. And we will be at Drew Hill Park. So check our Instagram for times and etc. It should be dope. There's going to be some dope performers that weekend. So
y'all been busy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. But yeah, come through. That's that's Sunday.
Always a good time.
When we perform.
Always a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm not biased.
I'm not biased. But yeah, I think, that's all we have for tonight.
Yeah. Oh, did you want to talk about us changing our time?
Oh, yes.
We trying, y'all.
Thank y'all for for sticking it out with us with the change of times and days.
Yeah.
But we're trying to work it out with our schedules because we're both entrepreneurs and we got a lot going on. So we want to make sure that we can be consistent as possible. So. Not this Sunday because my band is performing for Pride, but we're going to move our LoveHers 808 podcast back to Sundays.
Yes, back to Sundays.
But it'll be earlier. It'll be Sundays at 12. Right? Sundays at 12. We believe we can make that work.
I think that's going to be just fine.
Absolutely. Yeah. We can do it. So not this Sunday because we're going to see y'all at Drew Hill Park for Baltimore Pride. Checking out my band, Eat the Cake Band, this Sunday. And I want to say it's like 1:00, but check the Instagram for details. So the following Sunday, LoveHers 808 podcast will be back in effect on Sundays at 12.
At 12.
12 p.m. Alrighty?
All right. Sounds good.
It's good. All right, y'all. That's our time.
Always a pleasure.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Come back and see us, and hopefully we will see you all on Sunday. Peace. And we out.